Good afternoon, Oswego, and welcome to the Weekly Buc. My name is Anthony with my very special co-host today, Tori. So we have a great show for you today, so let's get right into it. Hey, Tori, do you like chase ball?
Anthony, what are you talking about? Isn't it baseball, not chase ball?
I know what I said. Chase ball is like baseball, but instead of running around bases, it's me chasing after my broken hopes and dreams.
Well, on that note, let's take it over to Dimitri, Timmy, and Ashley for more info on the start of baseball season.
The 2019 MLB season is underway. Spring training was filled with many exciting moments and plays, and we are very excited for how the season will go. Leading the Grapefruit League was the New York Yankees with a 17-10 record and the second highest win percentage in the entire MLB. With young talent like Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar, and rising stars like Aaron Judge and Gary Sanchez, the Yankees could be a real force to be reckoned with, along with the pickups over this offseason. At the top of the Cactus League, the Oakland Athletics are in first with 14 wins, but teams like the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers closely behind with 19 wins each. These teams will be challenging throughout the season. Some of the most exciting rookies this season are guys like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Fernando Tatis Jr. During spring training, the Seattle Mariners and the Oakland Athletics went to Japan for the Japan series. During this, the Mariners and Athletics battled out 2 games in Tokyo, Japan to start out the 2019 regular season. The Seattle Mariners won both games in Tokyo with scores of 97 and 5-4. The most notable player in the series was 45-year-old Ichiro Suzuki, and he hung up the cleats after the opening series was over in his home country. In both the Japan Pacific Series and the MLB, Ichiro has a combined 4,367 hits. That's 111 more than the MLB hit king, Pete Rose. In Ichiro's first career game in the MLB, the Mariners beat the Oakland Athletics 5-4, and in Ichiro's final career game, the Mariners beat the Athletics 5-4. Ichiro was a 10-time All-Star, MVP in his rookie season in 2001, and a 10-time Gold Glove winner, and won 2 batting titles. Ichiro will be one of the greatest of all time. We are very excited for the rest of the season, and it should be a great one.
Well, it looks like more fun than chase ball.
I'd imagine.
Hey, Tori, baseball is what most people would consider a sport, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what that means.
I get to have a new co-host?
No, but it does mean that we can take it over to Ryan, Griffin, and Jacob to find out some more on unified sports.
The Unified Sports Program is with students with intellectual disabilities and general education students that help promote a authentic experience for all people that are involved in the sport. Here at the Oswego City School District, we are included in bowling, which happens in the wintertime, early spring, and basketball, which is taking place in the next couple months. How students that participate in the Unified Sports Program come together is all about like the authentic sports in our school district already. It's the practices that they start developing a friendship or just common interests that overlap to where they see each other in the hallways, to where they're saying hi or they're just saying goodbye to each other, and eventually it develops into hopefully a lifelong friendship that started with our sports program or our unified sports program that eventually will just keep on leading for lifetime connections and enjoyment of common interests. The biggest impact that I see that happens with our unified sports program, since we're above the year process, is the enjoyment that kids have with each other in the hallways. Kids are giving each other high fives. There's a little bit more of a buzz that the sports are taking place that particular day, with our staff wearing our Unified Sports Program shirts, to our students wearing them, or just the common, I need to speak to a student and they ask what's it about. So it's a common buzz that I'm seeing more on a weekly basis, which is excellent for our students. And we just completed completed our first season last year with the Unified Sports Program that we started with basketball. The second year that New York State and the Special Olympics likes to include is bowling, the second sport. And the bowling season is comprised of Oswego City School athletes competing against the other Oswego County schools, Mexico, Phoenix, Central Square, Fulton, and obviously with the close proximity of those schools, it's easier. And we're very fortunate having Lighthouse Lands be the key venue for having unified bowling this year. Moving forward into the basketball season for our second year, we are going to be having a scrimmage like we did last year, that all teams come together to have a short scrimmage atmosphere to participating against Phoenix, Fulton, Central Square, and other Oswego County schools that are involved in unified basketball. Basketball is a very authentic opportunity because you had the fans in the crowds. Last year we had cheerleaders that were participating in the game atmosphere. Like any other sporting event, you had refs that would facilitate the game, but it was the authentic experience that fans, cheerleaders, having both teams compete for a win, and the enjoyment that all athletes, both for the Oswego kids, but the team that we're competing against, having. And that's the main important issue that we want to address. Is it's about building relationships and having kids have the fun and enjoyment of playing the sport that they're interested in. Some of the goals that Coach Pratt and myself talk about with the Unified Sports Basketball Program is that everyone's working together. We are not just having particular students shooting the ball or dribbling the ball. We want everyone to have the equal opportunity to make it as authentic as possible. The friendship building is key because basketball, there's a lot of communication. As Coach Pratt would say, he uses the phrase jazz hands for our students to know when they're ready to receive the ball from a pass, to enjoyment of a high five to after someone makes a basket. When kids are on the bench watching the game, just like any other sporting venue, they're cheering each other on. They're celebrating the high moments, but learning from the moments of learning how to play the game the right way. And from a goal standpoint, the key goal is every student have fun. That's the enjoyment of playing sports in general. So as we move forward with the Unified Sports Program in the Oswego City School District, we accomplish the two sports that New York State recognizes at this point. I'm hoping, speaking with the Director of Special Olympics of New York, is that they see that there will be a 3-season sports within New York State. Obviously, a school cannot just go out on a limb without recognition of New York State Athletic Association. So they were discussing that maybe in the fall, down the road, there would be another sport that would be open for New York State schools to participate in unified sports. But right now, we are accomplishing our goal. We have 2 great programs that are happening within our school district. We have a lot of kids that are actively engaged, and the goal for myself and the other coaches is to be recognized as a national banner school, which hits all the 10 standards that Special Olympics Association wants us to hit. And you being a fan in the crowd helps us reach that goal, and for you to enjoy the game helps us reach that goal, but to also celebrate the ups and downs with the students that are involved by, just being there or giving them a high five during the hallways and just ask them how did they do last night during the competition, just like any other sporting venue. So we are striving to be successful. We are striving to have a lot of fun and to make this a enjoyable moment for somebody that's never had that experience before.
I'm glad to see such a nice program implemented at our school, and I'm so glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, they seem like real superstars. I wish I was that talented.
Well, if you're feeling down, I have something you might want to see.
Really? What is it?
More people that are more talented than you.
Wowee, that sounds great. Well, let's take it over to you, Keon, Nicole, and Katie to find out more.
Oswego High School's annual JV show was held on March 29th and 30th. As always, there were many talented acts. MCs were Jack Rice, Molly Fitzgibbons, and Kat McGreevy. The show began at 7 and admission was $5. All the money collected from ticket sales will benefit the junior class. OHS history teacher Mr. DiLorenzo organized the show for the first time this year.
The JV show offers great opportunities for students to show off their talents to the other kids at school, faculty, staff, friends, relatives, interested community members. It's a great showcase of all the various kinds of talent, singing, instruments, comedy shows, dance, any kind of a talent that a kid would like to express and show off a little maybe. Is appropriate for the JV show. What are the goals for the JV show? Our number one goal is to raise money for the current junior class. It is a fundraiser first and foremost. Secondly, it offers a nice opportunity for students to showcase their talents live and in person and feel the reaction of a crowd and the applause of their friends and family and interested teachers and community members to see them really show off their talents. I think for a lot of students, it's also a chance to get outside of their comfort zones, to face some fears and maybe some anxieties, and gives them a safe place to express some of the art that they want to express and know that everybody there is going to be supportive and positive and cheer them at the end when they're done. Preparing and setting up for the JV show. This is the first year I've done it. It took a couple of months of planning, a couple of rounds of auditions, and then preparing the MCs for a few weeks beforehand to put the JV show together. Now, clearly some of these kids have been practicing these acts and these talents for a long, long time. So, in fact, if you're interested in participating in next year's JV show, you should start preparing right now. Figure out what you want to do. What are you good at? What kind of talent do you want to showcase for the rest of the school to see? And it's never really too early to start thinking about that or putting together an act and planning for next year's JV show.
You know, Tori, those people were so talented, I think they made me realize a talent of my own.
And what would that be, Anthony?
I know exactly what you're going to say next.
Oh, really? What am I going to say next then?
Well, you're going to introduce the next episode of Who Knows Cole Better, of course.
Well, now I'm tempted not to out of spite, but I guess we can do it anyway. Let's take it to Cole, Max, and Ryan for the next installment of Who Knows Cole Better.
Welcome back to Who Knows Cole Better. I have the two previous losers from the game, Max and Bacus. Let's get it started. So, number one, apple juice or orange juice?
Mine's so delayed.
Apple
Max.
juice.
Yeah. You gonna complain?
No,
Okay,
it's just delayed.
question 2. NHL or 2K?
NHL.
Oh my
Two
god,
zip.
my thing isn't going.
Well, you can hit the table. Good job.
Thank you, Dane.
All right, number 3. What's my dog's name?
Palmer.
Yeah. Question 4. Where do I want to go to college? Okay,
Oh my god, I don't even know what it's called.
I don't know it either.
Ithaca.
No.
Oswego State.
No. It was
Portland.
No. Okay.
What was it?
What was the answer?
Naz.
Nazareth? Okay.
Okay. Question 5. Coca-Cola or Sprite?
Sprite.
Yeah. You're getting crushed.
My thing didn't work the first 3 questions.
Yeah.
Sure it didn't.
Number 6. Favorite sport to watch on TV?
Basketball?
Yeah, what kind of basketball though? Like,
College.
Yeah, college basketball.
Oh my god.
Thinking of my supporters.
7. 7. Where am I going for spring break? All right, go.
Florida.
Yeah, he got it right.
I didn't even hit my buzzer. I let him get one.
Number 8. Do I eat lunch at school?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Why not?
Dane, shut up.
Keep it school appropriate. Whoa. All right. 9. Who did I have winning March Madness?
Duke.
Yeah. You're getting crushed. This is the last question. 10. Who's my favorite rapper? Go.
I don't even know.
Okay.
Max,
baby.
go.
Little baby, yeah.
Oh
Max is right.
my god.
All right, Max is easily the winner of this
Oh
game. This
god.
was, without a question, probably the easiest game for Max.
I'd like a rematch on Dane Richardson. I'd like a rematch for Dane Richardson. I'm calling him out. This guy right here.
All right, so stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.
Wonder if they take classes and study before each episode. You know, so they can have a better chance of passing.
Well, clearly you need to take classes and study how to be an anchor. So I think it's time to end the show. You're just sitting here messing around, so.
Oh, well, what I would say, if you ask nicely, is we hope you enjoyed the show and remember to tune in next time.
Bye.
Bye.